Uh, Good morning, good afternoon, wherever in this world. I am Anupam Chanda speaking. Today I am going to speak. The topic is packaging development checklist for glass vials, PFS, and cartridges. Please note down in details. That is the way that is I will explain. Everybody knows that is specially for the packaging technologists and the glass technologies. They know there are specifically that is different types of glass are using for packaging of pharmaceutical products like borosilicate glass. Soda lime glass is mostly using for pharmaceutical product packaging. Out of that is borosilicate glass and also using for packaging of injectable products, and soda lime glass is basically a packaging of, you can say, solid dose, mostly solid orals. And there are rare to rare cases, there are few semi solids are using packaging. So before starts with this what should be the packaging development role, that is checkpoints. Number one, that is as per the your product characteristics, you have to decide after that is stability studies that your product is stable with this specifically glass bottles or glass vials. But category, I'm talking about whether it is borosilicate, but mostly that is borosilicate glass and soda lime glass is using in Asian countries. But in US, if you go to US, Canada, and the Europe, that is there are many people are using the aluminum silicate glass. The composition is silicon dioxide, aluminum oxide, lime, and soda. Basically the silicon dioxide, that is 60 to 70%, that is aluminum oxide is 6 to 12%, lime 7%, and you can say that is for that is calcium oxide, that is 6 to 12%. So this is the composition, and ammonium oxide is 16 to 20%. Silicon dioxide is 57.57 to 60%. So this is the composition, and if you feel that is first, that is we have to carry out testing. Keep borosilicate glass one, then you can take without any inside coated one borosilicate glass vials you can take for the siliconized coating and PEG coating, like this way. And another set you can keep ready for the aluminum silicate glass without coating, siliconized coating, PEG coating, and that is ammonium sulfate that is flashing inside. That is, this is called the surface treatment. Okay, this you will always call it as a surface treatment. For example, for the drug, since we are involved in US in drug discoveries, so that is for selection of glass vials or selection of PFS according to the product, that is we have to keep the more samples, since we don't have any benchmark sample. We are the first innovator, like that. So first of all, that is, then you can keep the product for stability studies. One thing is that after first you decide that is whether your product is that is stable in glass vials or it is more stable in PFS. This is another question. And for the application point of view also, you'll see there are many people thinks, are so why my product is failing in glass vials. There are many occasions it happens, but whether that is, you'll see that is your product is stable in PFS because of their application. Also, that is, you have to consider the application point of view, because sometimes that is your product, when you use it, put it in a PFS, so it occupies less space, and the surface is very viscous in nature, like that. So in the, when you will keep it in glass vials, that is, so it will occupy more space. That is, so this is the another reason, that is why you have to, what kind of, that is primary packaging material you have to select. So packaging development first priority is you have to, also that is you have to keep in the three. Another is you have to keep your product in PFS also, right? So packaging development fast checklist is whether it is vial, you have to keep more sample, as many as samples to avoid your that is product failure. Whether vials, that is borosilicate, three sets borosilicate in three options: coated, uncoated, and PEG coating, and then borosilicate glass without coating, siliconized coating, PEG coating, or nitrogen flashing. Four options you can say. And also in the similar way, that is PFS you have to keep, because there are few products we have seen that this product is failing in vials. What is the reason for that? This is the reason for more viscous product. So this is packaging development response. Second point is that if you that is we have to see that is your product is your glass vials for primary packaging material I'm talking about. Okay, three options: glass vials, that is two options, that is borosilicate and silicate, and that is PFS in borosilicate and aluminosilicate. Second point is that you have to see the what type of sterilization that is your product is passing. You don't know before stability, since you don't have any benchmark sample. So you have to keep the samples ready for gamma sterilization, ETO sterilization, and steam sterilization. Your work is more. So another set you have to keep, that is what I am talking about. This one, first one, in this set you can keep you can carry out gamma sterilization, that is ETO sterilization and steam sterilization, and keep your primary packaging material is ready. Third point is that you, if you see, that is packaging technologies has to be thorough knowledge about the delamination of glass, the high possibility. So when that is this one, that is you have to see after during stability study. During stability studies also, your when you will fill the product, also that is you have to keep the product in inverted form vials, so that is product is directly contact with the rubber stopper. Today I will concentrate only in the different kinds of glass. Okay, this is, you see, that is for example, this is injectable products. Also we have to see in injectable products, glass is concerned, basically two things. And third point, the product is where this protein absorption, that is before, that's why I told before start your activities you have to go through in details the product characteristics, how much is your protein content of the product, the product, to keep the product quality intact, that is protein content, protein percentage, that is plays a very important role. So there are many cases we observed in new drug discoveries, that is inside the glass surface protein absorption is more. That is, for example, especially for uncoated glass, that is for that you have to try your product with siliconized inside the siliconized coating. Also, that is you can go for PEG coating. In both the option you have to monitor carefully that in which options your product is not failing delamination, your product is not failing for the absorption of the protein absorption. So lot of things you have to keep in mind. Also, that is that is extractable and leachable studies. And third point, so for specially for extraction, so for that, for extractable studies is concerned, the inorganic components, iron, silicon, magnesium, zinc, there are many. Also, that is the fourth point is arsenic content in earth. That is whether we didn't see this problem for the sand we analyze, for the moon and Mars sand. When we analyze, we didn't find very less quantity of arsenic, because their that is environment is so pure compared to earth. So Why we find more arsenic content in the earth sand? Because of the pollution, you can say. So we should be, this is the fourth point, the arsenic content in the glass. So we have to carry out, that is analytical study. Basically, if you carry out the extraction studies, that time, that is, you will come to know, that is the extraction values. So for that, for another, when you will, that is start your, that is glass vials, the different one, and PFS, that time you have to, when you will ask for the sample from your vendor, you have to ask for in detailed specifications of the primary packaging material, and don't forget to ask extractable study report. Most of the cases, that is uh, that is vendors are not giving, because this is a very expensive testing procedures. So also there are few cases, that is, if you don't have the adequate facilities to carry out the leachable studies with product, keep in mind, extractable studies are always without product. This is the material, this is the testing procedure with packaging material only. But eligible studies are always with the product, because when you will keep your product for the stability studies, after 3 months, that you have to keep the 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, after 3 months you can take out your samples, so that is stability samples, and you can carry out whether any type of extraction or leachable values, that is whether you have to see, that is whether we find any discoloration of the product. So discoloration of the product, it causes many things. Basically what we observe during my studies, that is basically for leachable one, mostly the main cause for this one. For so the packaging, as a packaging technologist also, that is, you have to go through the USP 66066. So that is also EP, you can go through also the JP for the detailed glass testing, also testing, that is what are the testings are there are many. So I already explained in my previous video. So so you understand, that is the checkpoints I told you, these are the very critical. You have to always note down, these are the major points, is that is we have to always to keep in mind. First of all, that is the, we have to gather packaging materials, primary packaging material from the suppliers, vendor, along with the extractable report. Second is that you have to see before procure material, that is you have to know, that is whether it is DMF source, that is drug master file, that is your vendor is having or not, it is validated. Also before start your job, your packaging development guy and quality QL has to visit the audit the that is your supplier. So these are the first. Second is that you have to be very careful, that is what kind of sterilization you have to apply, and in which sterilization process your product is stable. Each and everything is very critical. Basically these are the things, those who are first come to the industry, basically the fresher one, they don't know. So after getting, that is maybe 5 6 years your studies, your experience, you will come to know, you will understand the significance of each and every points what we are talking about. Third point is protein absorption. There are many people, that is many professional, that escape, they don't know, that is how the protein absorption happens inside the glass surface. It is a physics, polarization, the polarity of the glass surface and the polarity of the product. If it is opposite, it will repel, that's why we want. So this is polarity, this is the basic cause of absorption. polarization, polarity. And third, we have that is fourth one, that is we specify the inorganic substances, the percentage that is, even so, that is iron, sodium, magnesium, lime, calcium. These are the things. So I think that is, if people, that is note down always, when you will deal with glass. Also, that is when you will deal with the soda lime glass. It is less sensitive in nature. You are talking about soda lime glass is mostly using for uh, packaging of solid dose products, and there are few cases I have seen, the, that is for pediatric medicines, that is we have seen this one, especially preferably that is better to use soda lime glass for the solid dose. There are specifically, also that is for that is you have to carry out the leachable studies. There are many people think the extractable and leachable studies are not required for the primary packaging material for solid dose. No, there are many cases I have seen, I have gone through. We face product failure, product discoloration, and sticking with product with two capsules, basically sticking with that discoloration of the capsules. That the main thing. So I think, if there are many things that is I clear to you. That is okay. Tomorrow I will come up with new videos, with new insight, the packaging development checklist for polymeric material. This is more critical and more vast. Thank you very much for seeing my video. Goodbye.